said you were supposed to be on your way to the Philippines today.
Yeah, I was, but I missed my flight again. You know when the next one is? Not until after Thanksgiving, so you can just call me a holiday leftover.
Why don't you just relax a little bit, okay? Listen, Dylan. Yeah. See if you can round up some cinnamon toast and some tea for her. You, listen up. You may not be stuck here for Turkey Day after all. Listen, I'll make a few calls. Maybe we'll be able to find a flight out tonight from JFK or Dulles.
Yeah, well, why bother? I just missed that one too, right?
Why?
Don't play cute with me, all right? I know exactly what you're thinking, that my being here is not an accident.
Oh, you think that I think that you missed a flight on purpose?
Yeah, of course you do. You don't think I want to go to the Philippines or anywhere that you're not. To you, every plane that I miss is just another sign, you know, that deep down inside I really don't want to be a nun.
Maggie, even if that's what I'm thinking, it doesn't matter. You're the one with the packed bags. What do you think?
Oh, hey, guess what? Vicky invited us over for Thanksgiving dinner. Huh? Huh? Thank God. Because for a minute there, I thought I was going to have to cook Thanksgiving turkey myself. Can you imagine me and a 24-pound bird in the same kitchen? There'd be a whole lot of burning going on.
Hi. How's he doing?
Well, he's doing okay for someone who's unconscious. They fixed his intestines and they zipped out that damaged kidney, and now they just got to do something about this little coma he's in. He hit his head really hard when he fell.
I know. He's hanging in there. We're all here for you, okay?
Well, we brought some good news.
Yeah?
The head of the Men of 21 will be behind bars today.
Oh, that's great. Will you tell that to Bo? Because I think he'd really like to know that the terrorist outfit that tried to kill you and did this to him just got a stake through its heart. And...
Lord have mercy. Special Secret Agent Patrick Thorner, at your service, sir. We did it, Bo. Men of 21 are history. They went belly up. And you'll never guess who their CEO turned out to be.
ICU, Nurse Reynolds speaking.
Yes. Hi. Could you please tell me if Commissioner Buchanan has come to yet?
Mr. Buchanan's condition is unchanged.
Well, do you have any idea if it's gonna change?
I'm sorry, we can only give that information out to family members.
Thanks anyway.
For a bond hearing Monday. Repeating our top story, police confirmed that reputed crime boss Carlo Hesser, murdered last night during a shipboard charity ball and found floating near the vessel this morning, was killed by a single gunshot to the head. Authorities ask anyone with information regarding this case to call 645.
I want you, not your damn machine. RJ, Antonio, we need to talk. Call me. Another machine. Okay. Hey, Linda. It's Antonio. Listen, I didn't want to bother you at the police station. I was wondering if you had any insight on what was going on with Carlo Hesser case. If you could give me a ring, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
glad you're here. Got a couple minutes?
What's this about? The bullet hole in Carlo's head?
We can talk about Carlo, but that's not really why I'm here.
So what's the story?
It'll sound better inside. Oh. Last time I was here, I was carried out.
How's your head?
It's better. Everything is. And, I'm sorry.
For what?
For leaving you.
Excuse me?
All right, you remember the last time that I was here and you told me that it was the money that kept you hooked up to Carlo Hesser?
No.
I never should have bought it, and I feel really lousy that I did.
Why? It was
The truth? No, it wasn't. Somehow at the time, I just let myself believe that you were really okay with going back to work for Carlo.
Look, Andy, I've had so many things thrown at me in the last few weeks. It doesn't matter where the money comes from, so long as it comes, huh?
You don't have to lie to me anymore, Antonio.
What are you talking about?
I know the truth.
Is that right?
Yes. And the truth is, you may have been smacked around by the system, but it didn't change your heart. You're still the same man that I fell in love with.
This is crazy.
And I also know that you've been working undercover for us.
Who told you that?
Nora. You know, the funny thing is that when you told me at the time about the money and everything, I had this feeling that you were working undercover. It was the only other thing that made sense.
Okay, fine. So now you know. But if you think that's going to change anything between us, then you just wasted a trip over here.
The hardest part is not seeing his eyes open. When we're at home, we always wake up at the same time. I look over at him and he's already blinking back at me. Saying something perfectly ridiculous like, fancy meeting you here.
I know what you're going to say. The brains behind the Men of 21 was Chief Inspector Bass. Well, you're wrong. We're both wrong. The brains behind the Men of 21 was who I thought to be a kind and gentle man who was like a father to Margaret and myself on Enniscrag. It was Keneally himself. May he rot in hell. But we found him, Bo. We stopped him. He was at the airport. He was about to slip off to wherever people slip off to. And we caught him. Now the only place he's gonna go is in handcuffs back to Ireland. And what? Oh, you want to know what happened to Carlo beside himself? Well, he got shot. He's as dead as a 5-cent cigar. Problem is, they can't figure out who did it. I, of course, could figure that out very easily, but I don't want to take all the credit, and it'd be a lot more fun doing it with you. So, stop laying down on the job and help me solve this bloody thing, would you? And then when we're done, we'll have a bottle of Paddy's and get nice and drunk and tell stories of ladies we never knew. I'll even buy. Promise.
There you go.
Cinnamon toast.
Max said it was your favorite.
Only when I'm hungry. It's very nice of you, though. Thank you. And it's great to see you moving so well, Dylan.
Thank you. I just hope you feel better, Maggie.
Which you will if you eat some of this. You're looking a little green around the gills.
My normal color when I'm feeling sick. Look, this is the last chance I had of getting back on track after making this huge mess here in America. But what do? I missed my flight. Not just once. That would be a simple mistake, but twice.
Well, the first flight you missed because of Andy. You stayed around to help support me. I mean, unless you were in that apartment encouraging Carla to bonk her on the head, it's not your fault.
How am I going to explain this to you? What am I going to say when my superior reminds me that I took a law of obedience and then just blatantly disregarded it for the second time in 24 hours?
You tell her that you were doing just what you'd be doing if you made the flight. You were helping others.
No. Teaching deaf children in the Philippines is a little different than tripping a terrorist.
Who's to say? Helping is helping. You were terrific, if it's any consolation.
I call myself a nun, but actions speak louder than words. So what am I doing? What does my behavior say about my commitment to my vows?
Dylan, quick. I need 6 burgers to go in a hurry. 3 with cheese, 2 with onion. Or was it 3 with onion? Great. Tell me I've lost that list.
Hey, rough day at the police station, huh?
Everybody's working overtime on the Hester thing.
Have you guys found out who killed him yet, or?
No. Hank Gannon's working on it
Since Spokane. How's he doing?
Oh, here we go. It is 2 with onion. See, this is what they all do. They act like it's bad luck to talk about a shot cop, no matter how bad they're hurting inside. But I'm glad you asked.
Seems like you're taking it pretty hard here.
Those the one who hired me believed in me at a time when I was about to really screw up my life. I owe him so much.
Hey. It's all right. This isn't the police station. You're allowed to cry.
Maggie, you're upset. Relax. Have some tea.
Stop trying to distract me, all right?
Okay, forget it. Let's go back to what a crummy nun you are.
I'm just trying to be honest with myself. The fact of the matter is that I have deliberately disobeyed my superior's orders time and time again.
You planned to do it. These things happen.
Whether it's by reflex or choice, it doesn't matter. I haven't taken those orders seriously. I haven't committed to them here. And if my heart isn't in it...
What? What do you mean?
It means that I am a crummy nun. And it shouldn't surprise me. You know that? I have never been able to follow rules, anybody's rules. I haven't grown up yet, Max. That's the problem. I mean, the least little spark of excitement and I'm there, and everything in the world around me just evaporates, including my vows. And Andrew told me that it's normal for a person to question their motives. And I have. And mine are just childish and foolish and just plain stupid.
Don't forget self-defeating. Maggie, when are you going to stop beating yourself up?
Hey.
I told Bo the whole story.
Yeah, Murray just told me. My goodness, innocent innkeeper is terrorist mastermind. How amazing.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
So how's our boy doing in there? Any change?
I wish.
Hey, well, listen. Tell him to get it together now, all right? Things are moving pretty fast. What's the latest? Well, Keneally's been arraigned, but he swears he didn't shoot Carlo.
Come on, he had us convinced he was our best friend, too. You don't believe him, do you?
Well, I haven't ruled Keneally out as a suspect. Hey, I wish the guy was the shooter, you know? It would really tie this thing up real nice and neat. But I think that there's more to this case than that. Why? Well, There's a lot of people, you know? A lot of good people who had reason to put a bullet in Carl's head. The problem is they had a chance to do it once the lights went out on that ship.
And now one of those good people could be a murderer, Val.
I hope not. But I'm gonna find out.
What do you say?
Look, it's just better if we keep things the way they are between us.
There's nothing between us. That's how things are. Is that what you want?
Nora should have kept her mouth shut.
Why? She answered my prayer.
Not mine.
How could you say that? I've spent the last few months trying to figure out how you could push away your family and your friends and me just to stay on Carlo's payroll. I understand now you were undercover and it's all history now.
Wrong.
No, he's dead. It's
I
over.
wish it were that simple.
What are you talking about?
There's a lot more to it than you think, Andy.
Okay, then fill me in.
No. I gotta talk to Bo first.
But you can tell me
just
now.
drop.
Why are you doing this? Why are you shutting me out again? Thanks. I've been holding that in all day. Oh, I just hope nobody else caught it.
Oh, yeah, like who?
Anyone from Angel Square. I mean, they think I'm this tough chick. Like if Eddie found out I lost it in public over a cop, he would rag on me till summer.
Well, I'll tell you what. I won't be giving out any ragging material on you, okay?
Good.
Look, you don't understand. I deliberately disobeyed my superior's orders. That's a sin.
Look, no one is perfect, all right? If there were, why would there be confession booths in every Catholic church in the world and people waiting to use them?
Stop teasing me, okay?
I'm not. I'm trying to get you to see what I'm seeing right here, which is one terrific lady who is torturing herself. And why? Because she can't live up to expectations that aren't all that real to begin with.
I am not cutting it. I failed again.
So you fail. Pick yourself up. Start over again. Stop treating yourself like garbage. I can't stand it. I can't stand to see you doing this to yourself.
Well, it's not that much fun on this end either.
Well, then start accepting yourself for who you are.
And what if that's not acceptable?
What? A kind, loving, giving person? That doesn't sound all that hard to take to me. I mean, what is the high ideal of being a nun anyway, huh? To be able to lend a helping hand, to help make things better. What more do you want from yourself?
I can usually find something.
Because you're still trying to prove that you've got what it takes to be a nun. Well, I got news for you. Trust me, you've got it. Big time. So isn't it about time you stop listening to everyone else about how you should be living your life? I mean, your father, Andrew.
You?
Yeah, that includes me, too. Listen to your own heart, Maggie. Do what's right for yourself. Do what's right for you. And no one else. And then what you do will be right for everyone else.
Bill, thank you very much for the Hesser update. Nothing like hearing about a lurid crime to make a lawyer feel a little more normal. Let me know if any of the suspect names.
Hey, you know I will, huh? Take care of yourself, all right? Excuse me, Patrick. Marty, can I ask you a few questions? Got a second?
Is there a problem?
No, I just want to talk about what happened on that ship.
Why can't this just stop? I mean, Carlo's dead and he's still hounding us.
Yeah, Marty, I know. I mean, and it's been rough for all of us, all right? But I'm just trying to nail down where everyone was when the lights went out on the ship.
All right, well, I was on the dock with Bo and the EMS crew.
And you were there, too? Yeah. After Bo was shot, I went back on board, got Nora, went back to the dock. Right. And that's when I got there, and you pointed out the shooter. That's correct. Yeah, but then when I went to check the shooter over, you left. And I didn't see you on the dock again. Where'd you go, Patrick?
I don't believe it. I don't believe this. You know what? I'm not going to let it.
Andy.
No. You know what? I'm a good cop. And I understand why you couldn't tell me that you were working undercover. And I could take anything that you have to tell me right now. But damn it, don't shut me out! Don't you think I've been through enough?
It tore me up, too.
What are you talking about? I was the one that us left in the dark. I was your lover and your friend and your mate for life. As far as I was concerned, then all of a sudden, bang! You know, we go from waking up in this room this close together to me watching you walk down the street in your fancy suits, a big wad of cash in your pocket, and every time it's like my heart is ripped out all over again.
You think it was easy for me? Huh? You think it was easy for me sucking up the Carlo Hesser like a dog on a leash? Well, you watched me like I was a piece of dirt.
You gave me no choice.
I know. I wanted so badly to just reach out and grab you and tell you, don't give up on me, Andy. Everything's gonna be okay. Just hang in there. But I couldn't.
Oh my gosh. Listen to us. It's like, you know, the last few months they've just torn us apart. And we're not going to make it if we have to go through that again.
No, we're not.
So tell me everything. Don't you see that when you keep things from me, it just tears us apart? We can't afford to have one more minute apart. Not 1 minute.
God, I missed you.
Six burgers, 2 with onions, 3 with cheese, 1 plain. Anything else?
2 tickets to the Gypsy Kings concert in Philly tonight.
What?
I just remembered I've got them. You want to go?
Oh, you think we'll get to sing Volare with them?
Does that mean you'll go?
What time did I pick you up?
7 at the police station. See ya.
What are you doing?
I gotta go.
What?
I have to go explain things to Mother Helene.
She's back in Lambie?
Yeah, for Thanksgiving. It's perfect.
You lost me there.
Max, everything you said to me is so right on. It's perfectly clear to me now.
I still haven't caught on here.
I know what I have to do. You were a big help. If it weren't for you, I'd be stuck on that crazy carousel in my head going round and round and round.
Well, now we can't have that, can we?
No, there's no more confusion. I know exactly what I have to do. I'll always be grateful to you, Max. Thanks for that.
I went back on the ship to find Carlo. After we saw each other. Why? Because I had it with him tearing people's lives apart. After you had bow shot, that was the last straw. Is that all right?
All right. But according to the people in the ballroom, you showed up and you got in Carlo's face. At which time, Carlo told everybody to remember that you had threatened to kill him. Then you said, it's not a threat, it's a promise. Now, is that an accurate quote?
He just told you why he was angry. Bo's lying there in a pool of blood, thanks to Carlo.
Mom, it's all right. Man's only doing his job. Yes, I did threaten Carlo.
Then you left the ballroom. Where'd you go?
Back to the dock to find Margaret.
But by that time, the EMS ambulance had taken Bo to the hospital, so I went to the ship to look for Patrick. And by that time, the lights were back. The lights were off. We ran into each other anyway.
Yeah? And did anybody else see you in between the time you left the ballroom and you ran into Marty?
No. Yes. I ran into my friend Todd Manning in the corridor. After that, I made my way back to the ballroom, and I found Margaret there.
Well, now, that would still give you time to get back on the deck and shoot Carlo.
Yes. I had plenty of time to kill Carlo. And I had motive to kill Carlo, but I did not kill Carlo. Someone else had that pleasure, Hank.
Oh, it hasn't changed.
Yes, it has. It's gotten better.
Oh, I could stay like this forever.
I know. But we can't. I gotta go back to playing the game.
Oh, God, it just drives me crazy that everybody thinks you're a scum.
I'm not pulling any punches,
I don't know. The guys in the department, your old friends.
Not to mention your brother.
Oh, I know. He's the worst of the bunch. And I just wish that we could just tell him that you were undercover. You know, I'd get a big megaphone and I'd go out and I'd say, Antonio Magazine.
Hey, I don't think this is something we should broadcast.
Oh, I know. Maybe you're right. It wouldn't be so cool if RJ and some of Carlo's other creeps knew you were working both sides of the street.
Yeah, I think RJ may already be on to me.
Are you serious?
Oh, he definitely gives me that looking at you vibe. Hey, did Carlo mention to you why he was in my apartment that night?
He just said that he was waiting for you.
Yeah, I bet.
You don't think that he went there to kill you, do you?
Maybe. Except the tables got turned on him a bit, didn't they?
Hello?
Andy, this is Hank Gannon. I was wondering if you could meet me at the police station.
Now? Okay. Sure. It was Hank Gannon.
Oh, some timing.
He wants to nail down where everyone was when Carla was killed. And he wants to talk to you.
Oh, goody. Questions from the DA. That should be a lot of fun.
Hey, you know, you don't know where my gun is, do you?
Oh, you must have lost it somewhere between here and the hospital. Why?
Well, it'd just be nice to let Hank know that I know where it is, since he's asking questions.
So, looks like Maggie left you.
She's had a lot of practice lately.
Well, at least she looked better when she left than she did when she came in. But you? Well, you don't look so hot.
She's going back to the fold.
What does that mean?
Well, you saw her when she came in. She was a mess. Whipping herself for missing those 2 flights. And then suddenly she was as calm as a mill pond. She said she had to go back to her superior and explain things.
Meaning?
Meaning she's going to be apologizing up one side and down the other, begging for another shot at this Philippines gig. Bound and determined to prove once and for all that she can handle this nun thing.
Well, Max?
You know what's going to happen? I'll tell you, she's going to get what she was asking for. That's what's going to happen. Spirit's going to listen to her, hold her to her vows, and then Maggie's gone.
But if it's her choice, then thanks.
Yeah, but did I have to help her with it? Huh? Did I have to help her with it? Yeah, I was over there blathering away. Oh, listen to your heart. Be true to yourself. Oh, what kind of idiot am I? Why didn't I fight for her?
Maggie, Mother Lynn, come in. Thank you.
Let me look at you. Well, I must confess, I'm even more puzzled now. I'm sorry I don't follow. No, you certainly don't. When I was told you wanted to see me, I was surprised.
I assumed you were already in the Philippines.
I know.
But then I thought perhaps you'd taken sick and couldn't leave as scheduled. But looking at you now, I see someone who's not only quite well, but very close to radiance.
You're right, Mother. My health is just fine.
Then why didn't you leave as you were instructed? Why did you ignore a direct order again?
As you probably know all too well, I've been trying to, well, I've been all stirred up inside since I got back from North Carolina.
You've been struggling with the pull of the world.
Yeah, and I've really been trying to understand why. And why I'm drawn to... why I actively go looking for excitement instead of staying focused on my work.
Have you found any answers?
Yeah. Just a little while ago, in fact. It all became crystal clear.
Yeah, come in.
Hey.
Hey, Andy. Come on in. Have a seat.
Thanks.
Listen, Andy, have you found your service revolver yet?
Well, it wasn't in the ambulance that took me to the hospital. I checked with the EMS.
Well, you know, I can't help wondering if Carlo might have taken it.
It's a distinct possibility.
Yeah, well, look, the last thing we want is a police 38 floating around town, right? Have they issued you a replacement?
Yeah, last night. So, any leads on the case?
Well, I'm going to have to consider Patrick Thornhart as a suspect.
What?
Well, you know, I mean, the guy he had motive, he had opportunity. But let's talk about Antonio.
Okay.
He was with you the night of the murder, right?
He took me to the hospital.
And how would you characterize his state of mind?
Well, I was kind of out of it, but upset, concerned. Yeah, he really thought that Carlo had hurt me.
Did Antonio stay with you the whole time you were at the hospital? What, you don't remember?
No, I remember. He did take off once.
Yeah? Did he say why? And where he was going?
Hank, look, we can't suspect Antonio. He wanted Carlo alive and in jail just like we did. And in a way, he's like one of us.
What are you talking about?
I know he's been working undercover.
Oh, man, I don't believe this. He really went out and started running his mouth?
No, Hank, it wasn't Antonio. He didn't tell me.
Then who was it? I mean, the only people who knew were Antonio, Bo, and me. And Nora.
Look, she only told me because Carlo was dead, and we were upset, and it just came out. She felt that I needed to know.
Yeah, well, look, that woman needs to have her head examined. All right, look, never mind. You just keep it to yourself, you understand?
I will.
And also keep in mind that just because Antonio is working undercover doesn't mean that he's not a suspect. Anyone who had a motive to kill Carlo is suspect until proven otherwise. Is that clear?
Clear.
Yeah. All right, send them in. Hello, Antonio. Now, what is it that I can do for you today?
I figured it was the other way around. You've got questions. I'll answer them.
I blew it, Dylan. Had a chance to get through to Maggie and...
I don't know about that, Max. I think you made more of an impression than you think.
Oh, you mean with all that follow your heart jazz? Oh, yeah. What kind of idiot am I? What was I thinking when that came out?
You know, Max, Darlene, she's come back to speak to both of us, right?
Yeah, there's no way to keep her quiet. Yeah, she came back to us. Why?
What did she say?
She said, to let go. Be honest. Follow your heart.
You know how you told me that when was right for me, I'd know it.
I remember.
Well, I do know it now. I mean, it seems like a miracle in a way.
To experience certainty, clarity.
Oh, anything other than confusion seems like an act of God these days. Yeah, it's like this hand just reached down and swept away the fog.
And what do you see in this newly revealed landscape?
My life. And what I want to do with the rest of it.
Because of this decision that you've reached.
And I know it's the right one, because the minute I made it, I felt totally at peace.
I know that feeling. But I'm not sure I understand the specifics. Just what is this decision that you've made?
Oh, honey, we got a real big problem here. You see, all of these cards are attached to flowers that they couldn't bring into ICU, so they're sitting in our living room, okay? I'm not writing 8 million thank you notes by myself. Wake up.
Why did I leave the hospital? To find Carlo.
Yeah, and do what?
Make him pay.
For hurting Andy?
Damn straight. No way he was gonna pull that crap on Andy and get away with it.
So you drove back to the ship?
Yeah. Only I stopped at the docks when I saw Bo lying there.
Yeah, I remember talking to you. Only you took off again.
I got as far as the gangplank. That's it.
Did you go on board?
No.
Why not?
The lights went out. It would have been stupid for me to go on board.
Yeah, well, unless you wanted to kill Carlo. Look, did anybody see you walk away from the gangplank?
If they did, I didn't bump into him.
So you just turned around and walked away?
Yeah. Like I said, the lights went out. Besides, I was worried about Andy, so I just turned around and went back to the hospital.
A lot of people saw him, you know, the ER workers, his mother was there.
All right. Well, look, all the pieces seem to fit. But I'm going to want to debrief you later on anything you might have seen or heard about Carlo that might help us nail down a suspect. See, sometimes even the tiniest detail ends up being the biggest break.
No problem.
Well, what about Carlo's people, huh? Now, that could be a problem for you.
He should be in a witness protection
Forget
program.
it. Not sneaking around the rest of my life scared to show my face. I could use a favor, though, if you can swing it.
Yeah, what's that?
Beef up the patrol around the diner, just to keep an eye on my family.
Done. Yeah, come in.
Hank, this is the Hetzer forensics report you've been waiting for.
Good deal, my man, thanks. All right, let me see here. Well, now we're starting to get somewhere.
What's it say?
The bullet that was taken out of Carlo is a .38 caliber slug. Now all we have to do is find the gun that fired it.
A .38? I just hope it wasn't mine.